Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, Ryco Filters, Evans Waterless Coolants, and Pace Farm. Hello and welcome to another episode of Classic Restos. And on this week's show, I have travelled to the Castle Hill RSL Club here in New South Wales. And as you know, our RSL clubs do some wonderful things for our local communities. And you'll see more right after this. It's thanks to Shannons. Ask about multi-policy discounts and sign up for the Shannons Club. Call 134646 for a quote and see more at shannons.com.au. And Hare and Forbes has the range. Buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. So today things may not be all about having a flutter on the inside because there's something big happening here on the outside. Classic cars of all types have literally taken over the car park, so now I guess it's up to me to get off my bum and bring you the 2017 Rattle and Hum. This is a free family day with a gold coin donation optional at the gate. But today, that's what it's about, raising money for children with disabilities at Tallowwood School, Kellyville, where more than $60,000 has been raised to date. Around 300 cars of all shapes and sizes will be part of this year's Rattle and Hum, which are spanning both car parks here at the RSL. This is the show's 9th year and could be the biggest yet. Rattle and Hum was established by Castle Hill RSL Group employee Tony Otel. He wanted to start the event and support a local charity, and that's exactly what he has done. And like most classic vehicle events, once they start, it can be like opening Pandora's box as they grow from year to year. Rattle and Hum is capped at around 340 vehicles, so sit back and relax while I show you some of this fantastic event that supports an amazing cause. First car here, the 2017 Rattle and Hum. How you doing, Steve?
Good, Fletch. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Talk about pimping out the 64 Impala. What made you do this?
I actually bought it like this off a mate of mine. It's all original, the interior. I had a blowover about 10 years ago. But, yeah, he all he did was put the air ride on it and then the wheels. Other than that, she's the way she rolled off the factory floor. Okay, Steve, let's talk about the geometry here. We've got the big wheels and we've got the old school suspension setup. Now, how does the car drive with those low profile tyres? That's really good, actually. Yeah, sings like a bird going down the road. No dramas at all.
Does it ride harsh?
No, it's actually quite smooth. Yeah, it's pretty good, yep.
Okay, explain the suspension with what you've done. It's not hydraulics?
No, she's air ride. It's got 2 tanks and in the back we've got 4 switches. We can make it all go down at the same time. We can do side to side or single wheel. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's the fun department out of the way with a bit of bouncy bounce going on with the big girl. But the actual car in itself, Steve, in its entirety, the originality, the body is just beautiful.
Yeah, mate. It came out of Condobolin, originally delivered in 1964, and to a farmer apparently, and he got annoyed with it in 1968 because she broke down because it was a bit hot out there and pushed her in the shed, and that's where she was. And it's like I say, only had a blowover and she's had no dents or anything like that, so she's a pretty good nick for an old girl.
Mate, it's pretty cool too to see the original 1968 registration sticker still there on the quarter glass.
Yeah, April 1968, mate. Yep, yeah. That's her. Yep.
The interior, Steve, it's amazing. 55 years old.
Yeah, mate. No rips, no tears, no nothing. Yep, unbelievable. Jeez. Don't seem like that much anymore.
Mate. He must have been carting around cotton buds, was he?
He must have been, mate, yeah.
Oh, look, I love the car. I mean, I've often wondered with these big girls, I mean, you see a lot of it in the United States. I mean, you know, putting hydraulic suspension, airbag suspension on these big Chevys, it's such a done thing. Engine up front, what have you done there, Steve?
It's got a wheel and manifold on it and just a set of different rocker covers and a 650 Holly. Yep. But I've still got all the original ones at home, the Stromberg and everything like that, so, yeah.
Mate, great body, great paint. Great interior, good engine up front. Just a reliable old school car with a couple of trendy little modifications, mate, and you're the happiest kid on the block.
Yeah, mate, yep. Puts a smile on my face every time. Turn the key, away you go.
Good on you. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks for turning up for the 2017 Rattle and Hum. Always off to a good cause here as well. And have you been here before?
Yeah, mate, last year was here, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's good event. Love turning up every year, and I'll be here every year to come.
Mate. Good to see you back.
Thanks, Fletch. See you, mate.
Every weekend around Australia, motoring enthusiasts get together to share their passion for cars and bikes. It's a passion that brings us together. All sorts of people, all sorts of cars and bikes, from the classics of today to the classics of tomorrow. At Shannons, we understand enthusiasts, so when it comes to insurance, it's got to be Shannons. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Australia's changed over the last 80 years, and Ryco Filters has changed with it. But one thing stayed the same: Ryco's commitment to develop and test all our filters under Australian conditions. Today, we're proudly celebrating our 80-year commitment to a design philosophy that ensures all oil, air and fuel filters meet or exceed vehicle manufacturers' specifications, delivering genuine quality and performance you can trust. Ryco Filters, the professional's choice.
If you have a restoration project, Hare and Forbes has the tools that you need. Look at these restoration products: shrinker stretchers, dollies, mallets, bead rollers, profile gauges, professional panel restoration kits, and so much more. Now I warn you, enter at your own risk because you will end up buying something. So come along to your Cap City store or browse and buy online at machineryhouse.com.au because Hare and Forbes has the range.
Evans waterless engine coolant. Simple to install and stays good for the life of the engine. Suitable for all engine types, Evans contains no water, eliminating corrosion, vapour pressure and overheating. With a boiling point of 190 degrees Celsius, there's no application or environment too extreme. evanscoolants.com.au. Water for drinking, Evans for cooling.
And from a gorgeous Impala, moving on now to a 1955 Ford truck. How you doing, Wayne?
Good, thanks, Fletch. How are you doing?
Good, mate. Good. Oh, what a beautiful thing this is.
Thank you.
An Effie. There's something about an Effie.
You can't beat them. Wearing a nice classic pickup truck.
Yeah.
Everyone loves them.
Now, this is a top-end vehicle. Wayne, run us through some of the stuff that's been done here.
Oh, it's been full off-the-body restoration, from the chassis all the way up to the top. New engine, gearbox, diff, you name it's been done. All stainless steel bolts right through the whole car. It's had everything done. Anything from ground up.
Now, don't just say red, but what's the colour?
Sting red.
Now, this type of truck, they've really come into vogue, Wayne, haven't they, over the years? I mean, these were the type of trucks that were obviously based on American designs. Here in this country, produce trucks, farm trucks, well, they had the heck beat out of them.
Yep.
To see one now in 2017 restored to this level, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and like I said, it's a pride and joy, and it's a pleasure to drive. I like driving the old cars compared to the new cars because you actually physically drive them. The new cars everyone drives themselves. So
yeah, there is just something about driving an old car, and that's all there is to it. I mean, they've got more charisma, they've got some finesse, and they've just got that old style feel about them that just makes us wind the clock back for all of us.
yeah, they've just got a character about them. They're just a classic. An American muscle, you can't beat them. The quality of the metal's a lot better than what new cars are. Just a solid build car, and they're just a pleasure to drive.
They are. Now we look inside the interior, Steve, and that just says, "Oh, come and sit in me."
Yes, it's a leather trim. It's pretty basic, pretty much the same as original. The dash is all original. The gauges have been changed. Apart from now, I've just left it plain and simple. Nothing over the top.
Pretty cool too to think a commercial vehicle, yet when they're restored, they're done like a sedan in many respects. Just made so comfortable. Now up front in the engine department, it looks extremely neat. Not too serious, but I bet it does the job nicely. What's going on there?
Yeah, it does. It does do the job nicely. It's a 347 stroker. It's all new. It's run a nice ignition, and it's just pretty much a new engine. It got built, so it's really good.
Now, Wayne, out the back looks just as sharp as out the front. What sort of timber is that going on?
American oak in the back. Steering wheel's American oak. It's all American oak. We did it all ourselves, so fantastic.
That's beautiful, mate. Wheel size?
Wheel size, front 22s, 9.5 and 2410 on the back.
Yeah, good.
It's running a 5-link rear suspension, Mustang 2 front end. It's got the FPV F6 piston calipers and discs on the front.
See, that's an extraordinary combination because 9 times out of 10, the logic of thinking is that a truck won't go around a corner. But when you've got this sort of setup, you've got something that can steer, something that can stop, and it probably handles for what it is beautifully.
It does. It handles really well. For an old car.
Wayne, it's not just a car, it's a truck.
It is.
And if you've got this to go around corners like as though it's on rails, that's a major accomplishment. The thing stops, it steers, you've got the best of all worlds here.
Yep, it is. It's just a new technology in an old truck, and it's just beautiful, and everything was done properly, and we had it done set up really well, so and everything kind of fits in well with it.
Yeah.
Still running the same 9-inch diff they used to have back in the old days, but modified and gearbox, and it's fantastic.
All right, Wayne, thanks for bringing the truck along to the 2017 Rattle and Hum.
Pleasure, Fletch, and keep doing all the good work you're doing, and we really appreciate it.
That's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
I think the classic restoration business, the way it's gone, now doing trucks, is a very cool move. We look at this vehicle here and it's very sweet. There's something to be said about simplicity. A V8 engine, a set of extractors, a 4-barrel carby, and 2 really neat pipes out the back. It doesn't get much sweeter than that. Moving through the sensational 2017 Rattle and Hum. And like most car shows, they stand for great charities behind the scenes. With me now, Heidi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Fletch?
I'm wonderful. Now, your son Isaac has autism.
Yes, that's correct.
Tell us the role of Tallowwood.
Okay, the role of Tallowwood is actually to celebrate each child's unique gift and to be able to teach them in a way that shows love and care while engaging the parents and involving the parents as well.
Yep.
I think that Tallowwood is unique because we have such a great community where we get to share new ideas. There's no judgment. We get to celebrate our children, which sometimes is a rarity. So it's just an amazing school, amazing place, good staff, lovely children, like excellent children, not just lovely, and wonderful parents. Yeah.
Salt of the earth people in special needs schools. I mean, looking after the kids. I just think that's brilliant. Now, yourself personally, you have an older daughter, Anna, as well.
That's correct. Yes, she's 16 years old. Yes. Beautiful girl, keeps me sane. Yeah.
And obviously she would help out with Isaac.
Yes, she's a constant help. And the thing is that this school celebrates not only the students but also the family members, the siblings. You know, it's it has provided a safe haven for us as a family.
Heidi, thank you so much for being on today's show. It just goes to show the tireless efforts and the work of the staff from Tallowwood and to you as parents as well. And it's just so nice to know that the special needs school is there. Now, do they have a website?
Yes, our website is tallowwood.newsouthwales.edu.au.
All right. Website across the bottom of the screen right now. If you'd like to find out more information or make a donation even to the school, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you so much, Fletch.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
With me now, David O'Neill, the Group CEO, Castle Hill RSL. How are you, David?
Good, thanks, Fletch. And yourself?
Good, mate, good. 9th year here of Rattle and Hum.
Yeah.
Possibly one of the biggest?
Yeah, possibly one of the biggest. I mean, God's been kind to us today with the weather and kind to us with the cars and the turnout, so it's been absolutely fantastic and it's wonderful to have this day. So.
David, it's a great venue. You've got 2 huge areas here, split-level car parks full of cars. It must be a great feeling. I mean, a lot of event organisers, it's a lot of work for a 12-month period to pull something like this together. You've done it again, mate, so well done.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we couldn't do it without the incredible work of Tony Oodle, who's actually one of our managers. And this was actually his brainchild around about 10 years ago, and he wanted to do this. And Tony's engaged all the different car clubs and everything else, and they all come together. I mean, they've all come together for an amazing cause. I mean, the Tallowwood School is just such an incredible school, and it's really nice when you see the community pull together for something so important as this. And as you said, the venue is actually ideally suited for something like this, split areas, and everyone can get around and see everything. So it's fantastic.
Over the years, David, I mean, people must be talking throughout the club of the Rattle and Hum. I mean, it's created quite a name for itself, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And every single year it gets more and more, and you see the same faces coming out every year to have a look, and that just keeps on growing, which is actually really important from a community perspective to actually raise the awareness of Tallowwood Tallowwood and other schools of that nature, but also it's nice to engage your community in something different from what you're normally doing on a daily basis. So it's really significant.
A lot of RSL clubs in all areas do wonderful things for the communities. There's not a lot of RSL clubs, though, that put on car shows, and I think there's a lot of initiative there. And as in terms of Tony Odell, he does a very good job of sidestepping the camera. That's why you're not seeing him on today's show. No. But as David alluded to, he's working behind the scenes and bringing this big day together. David, thank you so much for your time, and of course the Castle Hill RSL too always has plenty of up-and-coming events on for members and guests as well.
Absolutely, Fletch, and thank you very much for your attendance and everyone here. I mean, everyone come along today, they're the ones that makes a day a successful day, and I'd like to thank them as well, and thanks for your support as always.
My pleasure. Thanks, David.
Cheers. Bye.
I spend a lot of time out here. The RT Charger's the real deal. An E49. Remember A-Charger? I've always got projects on the go, so Shannon's laid-up cover helps protect my restorations. I'm Mopar through and through. It's a passion Shannon's understands. I wouldn't insure my cars and bikes with anyone else.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Evans waterless engine coolant. Simple to install and stays good for the life of the engine. Suitable for all engine types, Evans contains no water, eliminating corrosion, vapour pressure and overheating. With a boiling point of 190 degrees Celsius, there's no application or environment too extreme. evanscoolants.com.au. Water for drinking, Evans for cooling.
Australia's changed over the last 80 years, and Ryco Filters has changed with it. But one thing stayed the same: Ryco's commitment to develop and test all our filters under Australian conditions. Today, we're proudly celebrating our 80-year commitment to a design philosophy that ensures all oil, air and fuel filters meet or exceed vehicle manufacturers' specifications, delivering genuine quality and performance you can trust. Ryco Filters, the professional's choice.
Heron Forbes Machinery House has been family owned and operated for over 85 years, and it's easy to see why. And with a range like this, you cannot go wrong. Planning on welding? Look at these welding tables and clamps, air compressors and different air tools, sandblasting cabinets, through to spray guns. Everyone is welcome at Machinery House, and they're also open Saturday mornings. Their range of machine tools are workshop tested. There are competitive freight rates around Australia, and you can buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. So remember, Hare and Forbes has the range. Time now for a gorgeous 1973 XA Coupe. How you doing, Mark?
I'm great, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate. Enjoying yourself?
Fantastic day, mate. Beautiful cars, beautiful weather.
What a venue here at the Castle Hill RSL here in New South Wales.
Yep, it's a great setup, mate. Great setup.
Mark, good to see your clubs here.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, always try and get out, support the local shows.
Yeah. Now, particularly these GTs, I mean, they go without saying. They're a hard car to obtain these days. I mean, you've got to have plenty of money, I guess. If you got in many years ago and got yourself a GT, if you've still got it today, you certainly are a grinner.
Definitely, mate. Definitely worth some money. To me, it's more enjoyment of the car.
Sure. Mate, there's so much tradition with the GT Falcon in this country. I mean, obviously with the XR and X2 with the beginning there and XW through to Y. But not only that, we've got A's, B's, right through the Cobras, the XCs. I mean, what a performance tradition from a factory standpoint.
Yep, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Tell us about your car.
Okay, so 73 XA GT hardtop. Late model, 873, so built towards the end of the model year. Original motor, FMX Auto. It's got 9-inch diff. Mostly unrestored, this car. A little bit of paint here and there, but
well, I hope there's a little bit of paint here and there. You're getting around in grey primer, otherwise.
You wouldn't want that.
Bit of a crook look there, Mark, for a GT.
That's right, yeah.
Now, by the time 1973 came along, the Windsor was long gone, bless its heart. Obviously, the big Clevelands up front. Yep. And they were like the hamburgers with the lot, weren't they? 351 Cleveland, 4-speed top-loader box, 9-inch diff that virtually indestructible for street use. They were certainly a good package, weren't they?
They certainly were, mate. Very sturdy, dependable. And yeah, great to drive.
So Mark, how long have you had this car?
I bought this car on my 48th birthday, 30th of October 2010. so I've had it nearly 7 years. Fourth owner, so the car was originally sold in Ipswich, Murphy Ford at Ipswich, then went to Mackay, then went to Harvey Bay, and then that's where I bought it. And drove it 1,400 kilometres back to Sydney.
Good on you, mate. And I mean, the tombstone high back buckets and the curve around dashboard that started in XA. I mean, I always compliment the interiors of these coupes. I mean, it is a bit of, I guess, a derivative of American styling that was produced on the Australian market. The coupe, based off the Torino shape from the United States as well. Certainly a cult following in this country.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely. And I think more so now, back in the 80s and the early 90s, hardtops were just unloved. You could pick one up for $1,000. These days, and I've noticed especially the last 12 months, the market has almost doubled. People just want them because it's just a beautiful shape.
I think Ford thought ahead too with the rear styling of the car as well, because there's no need really to tub these things. I mean, the tyres that you can fit under the back, they certainly were considering the race teams of the time, weren't they?
Oh, definitely. You can tell by the shape of the rear flares, the rear guard that comes out. You can fit a damn big tyre on these. A sedan, you might fit a 9-inch tyre. These, you could fit a 12-inch tyre easy.
Just mention your club if you're always after people to join, or even if you haven't got a GT and you want to be a part of this great club. Who are you guys?
GT club from Sydney. Like Fletch said, you don't have to own a GT to be part of our club. Family-orientated club. We love going out and driving these cars. That's what we're here for.
Good on you, mate. You've certainly been around a few years as a club now, haven't you?
We certainly have, mate. I think 2006, 2007.
Good chatting with you, Mark. Thanks again, mate.
Thanks, Fletch. Thanks for being here.
No worries, mate. It's time for Phil now. How are you, mate?
Pretty good, Fletch.
That's the way, mate. Now, you've got a nice 1973 HQ. I believe once upon a time it was a paddock basher.
Yeah, it was all painted on the coat and dinged up a bit when we got it, and my brother got it. Yeah, it was originally my brother's car. He passed away in 2002, and me and my dad did it up in a tribute for my brother.
Well, it's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear for the loss of your brother as well.
It's all right.
Now, obviously, being a paddock basher, and when you got the car, wouldn't have paid a lot of money for it, I wouldn't have imagined.
No, he only picked it up for $1,000.
Did he?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap in them days.
Well, that's pretty good, paying $1,000 for a Kiwi two-door, and in memory of your brother, you and your father now are very lucky to have the car. Now, you've done a few different things. It's not an original colour. Tell us the colour and what you've done to the car.
It's M first. It was originally orchard pink, but we painted a 72 colour. It wasn't a very popular colour at the time, but a lot of people are starting to like it now.
Yeah. So what have you done with the engine, Phil?
This engine was in it when we got it. It was originally 6 by the body tags. There's 327, and we took it out and gave it a freshen up.
A 327?
Yes.
Now that's interesting to go a 327 in a HQ, just to be different.
Yeah, yes, we didn't come out with them, but something different.
That's all right, mate. 308s, 350s, 327, just shoved in there for, as I said, something different, just to change the mix around a little bit. Now, in terms of interior, how was that? What did you do there to get it looking as nice as it does now?
We just bought already stitched up houndstooth and got the upholster to pull them over. It's pretty original interior.
Yep. Well, you've done well, Phil. Thank you so much for hanging around. It's getting late in the day, and the car park's thinning out here. Wow, there were so many cars here today. What did you think of the show?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's been here a fair few years, and it's getting bigger and better and better.
Yeah. Good on you.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, well, thanks for hanging around, like I said, with your father as well, mate, and being a part of today's show.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
Okay, mate. Well, what do you think of that? I'm glad that I found time to get off my bum to bring you a little of Rattle and Hum. And if you check out social media pages and keep in touch with the Castle Hill RSL to find out dates for the 2018 event, with the proceeds going to a fantastic cause to help the kids with special needs at the Tallowwood School. As I say at the end of every episode, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, Ryco Filters, Evans Waterless Coolants and Pace Farm.